Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar with France Television and TVU about the Olympic Flame Relay and how it was produced entirely in the cloud with a 5G private network. We are going to wait for everybody to register, so bear with me 1 or 2 minutes. Not that this is a Zoom webinar, so you won't be able to share your video or to talk, but you can ask any question during the webinar using the Q&A. And we have François Abbé with us, who is going to be a moderator. And we will also bring some questions to the public or answer them directly using the chat. Okay, so we are going to stay and wait 1 or 2 more minutes because there are a lot of people today. Bear with us. And thank you for joining.
Thank you, Yoni. Maybe use up the time. It's great to see you. So many registering to the event from South America. We've seen people even registering from Thailand. Maybe people down under. We'll see today. We've got a great crowd with us, Yoni. You've mentioned it. And it'll be very interesting to see all the great challenges that were tackled thanks to this project in just a matter of a month for this Olympic torch. We say flame in French, torch in English. Anyway, you got the message. With Guy Forget on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Guy Forget, international French tennis player, holding the torch.
Thank you, François. So the numbers are increasing. You are many people. So I'm just for the one that joined in the last minute. This is a Zoom webinar, so you won't be able to share your camera or your audio. However, if you have any question, I mean, this is meant to be also a very interactive session. Use the Q&A at the bottom of your Zoom interface and ask any questions. Some we will reply directly with a message, and some we will bring them to the entire audience to reply publicly. Okay. We are going to start in a minute. I'm just going to take this occasion to present the person that are here in the meantime. We have on France Television side, so Romuald Ra, who is the director of the Tech Lab and IA in French. And then we have also Amy on the broadcast engineering side for the transmission and the production. She's been like the lead on the Olympic Flame Relay. And then we have Romain Covin, who has been the lead on the play out part, the scheduling part in the engineering side. On the TVU side, we have Christian Prieto, who's been like the solution architect, leading the project and dealing with all the integrations and all the specific development that made that project come to life. And François, who is going to do the moderation of the entire event and that have been in the broadcast industry for a very long time. And we will share his knowledge. I think we have already like a good number of people. We're going to get started in order to maintain the time frame. So François, I leave it to you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We are all spread around Europe for this webinar on the Olympic Flame Relay and Journey, and we could even say challenge. But I'd like to start with Romuald Ra from France Television. Romuald, welcome. Please give us a bit of an insight about this incredible project.
Thank you, François. Thank you, Yoni. Thank you, everybody. It's a big pleasure to be in front of you all. And thank you to TVU to give us this opportunity to talk to everybody. So inside the Olympic game, the Olympic Flame Journey faced us two immense challenges. As you can see, the Flame Journey is a real Tour de France with a large part of the theory which is concerned. If you can click, yeah, again. France Television and Paris 2024 both wanted to give the public an experience like the Tour de France in the connection with the public and with the territory. So the organization of the Olympic Flame Channel is very important. We've got two convoys because there are one after one, and 8 cameras on more than 8 hours of live each day. Si tu peux avancer. France Television had already decided to have a dedicated channel to created for the Olympic Games. So the decision was made to create this channel, this 24/7 channel, earlier to broadcast as the same to broadcast the same relay. Sorry. But this decision was made in November, which gave us a very short delay to find a solution to respond to editorial needs. I was talking a few seconds ago about the Tour de France, but as you can imagine, we don't have the same budget. Also, France Television on Paris 2024 wanted a sustainable setup, more environmentally friendly, to produce and broadcast this event, but of course with the same quality as usual, and with a lot of editorial needs. So you can easily imagine that usual traditional setup like this, a setup like we have for a cycling race. This is the setup of the Tour de France. This type of setup was not possible, too expensive, not sustainable to have fly on the helicopters. It was not the good setup. So we decided to work with a partner in an innovative partnerships to create a totally new setup. One important innovation was on the transmission on the network. The second one was on the cloud production, totally cloud production for each step of the live on the channel production. And now, Amy, the stage is yours to explain us clearly.
Thank you, Romuald. So, Amy, it was all about 4G and 5G in essence.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Romuald. Yes, indeed, Francois. So we're going to talk here about the first issue of this Olympic flame, that is to say the network, because as you can see, the Olympic flame is a big event. So in general, it's kind of overcrowded. Many people are following, and also the media wants to cover the event. For instance, today the Olympic flame is in the south of France, so many known people. And this morning we had at 11:30 a nice interview of Halle Berry. And we will have some other celebrities after during the day. So this, and also since we're traveling all the cities in France, some of the cities don't have some great coverage, and those two reasons, so the over the crowd and the non-network coverage, leads us to a poor signal, a poor network, and of course a bad signal on output. So this is not possible to deal with some signal like that. So that's why we had to. Can you go forward, please? Thank you. We had to think about a setup. So we have a runner with some cameramans that normally goes to the public 4G network. But in this setup, there's a car following the runners and the cameramans. And on this roof, there are two antennas. So one for the private 5G, and the other one, the Starlink, that bring the streams of the cameras on TVU's cloud, so AWS, and take this these streams at France Télévisions. So this is our setup for the private 5G. And for this, the implementation of this bubble, we work with TDF and Obvious. So Obvious was the former Become. What was the advantage of using this bubble? So we have our own frequency for that. Of course, a secure network. We have a stable service because when the cameramen are close to the private 5G bubble, we can see that the signal is really quite stable. And of course, we have a short latency between 50 and 90 meters per second, and also a bit rate of 5,000 megabit per second. So these are the good advantage of using a private bubble.
So 500 megabit per second is a lot of bitrate. So
yes, but
what we can see on the screen here is the load balancing, because obviously the TVU networks system is about bonding different connections. So can you tell us more about what we see on the screen?
So now you can see the kind of setup where the TVU is close to the private 5G bubble. So we can see that the private 5G take the leads of the network, because the other one is like 182 kilobit per kilobit, and approximately one is just zero. Is just one carrier is doing nothing. So the good thing with the TVU now is that he can choose which network is the best to use. So here the best is of course the bubble. So that's how it can decide, the TVU can decide which network you will use to have the best.
And we can see the setup in practice over the car.
Yes, exactly. So here you can see the car. So the two convoys. So Romuald told you about the convoy. There are two cars. So one car. So the car are the same, and yeah, you can. Thank you. And at the back of the car, there's the little fly case with the Starlink router and the server which is used for the private 5G. And next to the car, we have the tricycle with the cameramans on it that moves during the relay. So this was the setup we used, and as you can see, the private bubble is small, so it was really important for us to put it to have it in the car, because there are many other stuff in the car, so it was really important to have a small package of it.
And it's fair to say, Amy, that it's also, in terms of power, of energy, it's self-sufficient, because I believe it was charged up during the night, so it was totally independent to the car battery. You can see the battery on the right of the picture.
Exactly. It's important to say it exactly.
Totally automatic, Amy.
Yes. And this is the global setup. So this is the car. So this is what you're not really seeing during the Olympic flame, because normally they only focus on the runners, but behind the runner there the car with the private 5G. So you can see a little focus on the roof with the antenna of the private 5G and the Starlink the Starlink. And behind all the car you have the many police convoy and also the buses. We'll talk about the buses later, where the runners are going after the relay. And again, you can see the fly case with the equipments.
So it's fair to say that the antenna we see here for the Starlink satellite internet is the one you would find typically on boats, right?
Yes,
at the start.
because so the particularity with the Starlink is normally the normal one just catch one satellite, but this catch two. So then you can't see in the other one you can see the cut when he's moving on the other satellites, but now, well, he catch two satellites at the same time, so it's better.
So this is about capturing pictures and sending those pictures to the cloud. We'll see in
Yes.
just 1 second the production part. It's 14:45 here in sunny France. Thank you very much for joining us. So the production part.
Yes, so maybe now we're going to focus a bit about the setup. Romuald told you that we have 8 cameras, so how they are divided. There are so two convoys. So the first one, the engagement one. So there are 3 cameramen, so 2 TVU packs and a journalist with a TVU anywhere. So on the bus, you've seen behind the car. So his goal is to do interviews with his smartphone with the application TVU Anywhere. And so to have the impressions of the runners just after the relay. And we have the Agile Convoy. So this one, there are 2 TVU packs. So normally a relay is around one hour and a half. So if the engagement crew begin, after you have the Agile Convoy, etc. And you have 2 independent cameramen. So the moving crew is sometimes helping the engagement or sometimes the Agile one. And you have the drone that give us a nice view of the landscape of France. And finally, you have the daily stop of a city where so it's where the flame stops and where there's some celebration and where you burn the cauldron. So here there's a realization, and we take the signal, the final signal of this realization. So the 8 cameras synchronized and go to the TVU producer. So for next slide, we're going to talk about how the
production part in the cloud, yeah.
Yes, how the operators use the TVU solutions during their every day. So the TVU producer is used by the director with the carriage video panel. And in the other hand, the director is talking to the cameramans with the TVU party line solution. So it's a kind of a Zoom or kind of a Zoom. So it's a video conference tool. And also you have the sound engineer that makes the signal, the audio signal on air. So he's using a Presonius panel. And finally, you have in this room the editor-in-chief, so who is supervising all the editorial part of the Olympic flame. So he has the video return of the antenna on one of his screen, and also he's talking on party line with the journalist who is using TVU Anywhere on the bus. So
and what's very interesting, sorry to interrupt, Amy, what's very interesting is to see that there's let's say the traditional intercom system, because we see ClearCom on one side, and you've got the more cloud-based intercom with a TVU party line. So you got the 2 systems in parallel, right?
Yes. So the thing we wanted in this kind of setup is the rule was using TVU when we're talking outside of the outside of France Télévisions, but when we wanted to talk inside, so talking to the nodal, talking to the commentator, and to the TVU channel team, we're using our traditional ClearCom intercom. So,
and for our friends to understand, sorry, Amy, the nodal is the hub where you've got all the signals coming in and out of France Télévisions.
So in the other room, there's the commentator who is using the solution TVU remote commentator. So this is kind of it's kind of usual for them because they're working in their everyday life, so they are using the scoop team commentator desk. So they hit the button PGM when they are on air, and hitting the coordination button when they are they want to talk to the editor-in-chief in the other room. So just a little bracket on these two rooms. So these two rooms at France Télévisions used to be some room for the sports commentator, and for the event they became, so one of them became a MCR for the TV producer. And the other thing is it was really important for us to use to keep using panels for the operators, because it was something they were kind of scared of using a web page, a cloud solution. So it was important not to do too much change for them. So
Amy Rajanson, thank you for France Television. I'm eager to show you, gentlemen, ladies who are online, pictures of those rooms, because the setup is very impressive, and the demo with our friend Christian from TVU. Just a quick side note, ladies, gentlemen, you can ask questions using the Q&A button on your Zoom interface.
So before in the other producer, we are delivering some streams. Can you go back to the other?
Of course.
Thank you. From the producer, we are delivering many streams with overlay. So we are delivering the TVU channel Paris 2024 because they asked to follow the flame for the crowd. They also asked the camera 1 and camera 5 because they are the first cameras of each convoy. And we, at that time when we did the workflow with Christian, we were not able to deliver clean, that means clean audio and clean video. So we have to trick a bit. So we had to deliver a clean video with dirty audio, so with commentator, and clean audio with dirty video. So that leads us to the other slide. That goes to the producer, then that goes to the other producer with so the clean audio and the clean audio, dirty video, clean video, dirty audio, and that made our clean. But now it's possible to simply link the faders to do a more simple clean. So we deliver to the nodal PC Info, so in France Télévisions, and also WorldMocha. So WorldMocha is a cut tool for the social medias, and our partner, Let's See. That's it for the setup. So as François told you, this is the picture of the MCR. So a little thought, because this is one of my favorite team here. So you can see the director and the sound engineer and the editor-in-chief talking maybe to the commentator by the ClearCom panel. And on the room, you can see the video panel and the audio panel we used for that. And in the other room, you can see the commentator. The commentator, thank you. So the commentator is seeing the PGM from the producer and is commentating above. And
we have maybe great. We got a quick question. Maybe we can answer about the private 5G network. How can it be created technically? How can you create a 5G network?
How do I create 5G?
Yeah, a private 5G. How is it created? How is it working?
So the private 5G, so as you can see, there's a server that is used for the private 5G, and also at the
bottom of the rack.
Yes, thank you, and the bottom of the rack, and so the TVU pack has 6 carriers. So the first carrier is used for the private 5G. So that's how the TVU connects to the 5G the 5G bubble. So yeah, I don't know if it's enough.
Thank you, Amy.
What we can say about the private 5G network is working only with the connection in internet with the Starlink. And one very important thing I said a few minutes ago that it was automatic. Is really automatic. That every day, because it's working today, is working and is working every day. A technician just have to switch on the Starlink and to switch on the server, and that's all. It works. And the connection of each TVU one from the field is automatic and direct when you switch on the TVU. So it's very, very easy to use.
Gentlemen, ladies, I'm conscious that the time is flying. So this is your role, let's say architecture. Maybe we can take a quick look. And after that, Romuald, if you can give us an overview of the ROI, because, you know, money and return on investments are also of interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on, Amy.
No. So this is the final. So this is the complete workflow when we deliver our stream to the TVU channel. So there are 8 cameras again synchro to the TVU producer. TVU producer is sending his feed to the remote commentator to comment it, and TVU producer deliver the stream to the TVU channel. So this will be the part of Romain. But before that, maybe because there's asking, as François said, about the cost. So Romuald.
Yes. So impossible to talk about this setup without talking about the return of investment. So can you go back? Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So just one focus on the production, on the transmission. The production, so as you can see, figures are very good. We compared this setup with a traditional setup. We understand that these two solutions give us a lot of opportunities for the future, and we are beginning to work on it. To be clear, because there is a lot of question about the 5G. The 5G gives us a lot of capacity to work, and it gives us a lot of capacity to work with cloud production. But the more significant workflow will impact, we think that we will impact us in the future, it is the cloud production, because it will transform the way we are working on eventual sportive things, but also for our daily needs. But the most important, and to finish, the most important is if we had not produced it like this, because we would not have the capacity to deploy a traditional setup, so we would not have had the same editorial offer. And that is the most important, that this kind of setup give us more opportunity to produce content. This is the most important for us.
So you effectively added value and created more content, more valuable content.
Yeah, and it is very significant.
Thank you, Romuald. We know you have to run, but now let's switch over to let's say the live bit, the real thing, because we're gonna switch over to Christian for demo, and it's over to you, Christian. And whilst you're taking over, Christian, maybe we can answer a quick question. I speak under Amy's authority. Obviously, there was a question about the transmission, the uplink of the bandwidth guaranteed by the telco. No, it's pure, let's say, off-the-shelf 5G subscriptions or Starlink subscription. So there's no guaranteed uplink bandwidth. Over to you, Christian.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, François, Amy, Romuald. I'm gonna show briefly the TVU commentator, producer, party line, and also channel, very briefly the interface we are using, what the operators deal every day. So this is TVU commentator. TVU commentator allows you to create two different modes of operation. That's very simple, right? The title, the scheduling of your event. Let's keep it like now. And allow you cloud and TVU transceiver mode. This is simply to run the operation on the cloud with producer or to deliver SDI signal in TVU transceiver. Of course, we are using cloud mode because, yes, we are breaking the edge. We are using a full cloud production, right? Then we can select our input. In that case, is producer per PGM, selecting our IP output if we want, our format, video format, 1080i50 in our case, if we have any elastic IP. And we have here an interesting setting. This is the quality for the commentator, the video for the commentator. We can go from very low to 100K to 10 megabits per second. This is a very new feature we are introducing. We can play with the delay of the commentator of the video. So in the cloud mode, we can go very low right now, as low as 0.6. Then we can select the number of audio channel for us and some settings that we will show later on producer. And of course, the final part will be selecting, adding the number of language or booth or, the commentator booth that we want to have for our producer session. When we save that, we are going to use one that is already spin, but when we save that, we'll start creating everything in AWS. We'll start calling producer, we'll start calling party line, we'll start calling everything for us. So basically, when something is running, we have several links here. We have the coordination room to communicate with commentator if we want. We have also here the link for the commentator, producer, and audio mixer. This is the producer interface. In that case, it's already running the commentator event that I already create. We can show very quickly the settings we have in producer, very similar to what you have seen until now. Again, the format, the audio channels. This is several settings that we have for different operations. We could select if we want to record or not our inputs, if we want to record or not our PGA, if we want to enable the elastic IP. Everything is coming from the commentator, but you have also the settings here. And then when we click on enter, I already have it open, we will see our full producer view, right? We have all our slots. In that case, for France TV, we set 8 live slots, so they can have up to 8 live slots. Then we have our clip players, 4 in that case. We have a custom view here that gave us some problems at the beginning, but now it's working. And our commentator, because I just joined as a commentator here with my PGM. So I've been added here in producer. And we can start playing with our source. We can change from one slot to the other, and the output, this is the PGM, this is the preview. And we have everything, right? Then we can, to add a new slot, is just as simple as going here, click on add source and select what we need. It could be any IP source, it could be an anywhere, a smartphone with TVU anywhere, it can be one of our packs, one of the new packs from TVU, TVU Grid, transceiver, YouTube, Dixie, SRT, any source that can be, placed here in producer. There is one thing that everyone is asking, how we set with the sync between the cameras, right? So basically with TVU products, we have like a feature called time lock. So every pack will be set to the same NTP, and producer will do the sync between our packs. So everything will be in sync. But what happens when you contribute with an SRT source, right? Then we have the set delay feature, where you can play from 300 milliseconds up to 10 seconds, adjust your delay, and then adjust your sync between the TVU packs device and your SRT source. There is
Christian,
a bunch of just.
Yeah, I was about to say, Christian, I love it. And it's great that we see that it's a live signal. It's already 4 minutes past 3 in sunny Europe, sunny France. So I don't know, Yoni, if you got a lot more time for the practical bit, or if we should switch over to the channel, because we are very eager to see what we do with the channel output.
So just one point is just someone asked a question, which is why did we choose 5G for private radio and not Wi-Fi 6 that Amy was trying to reply to but didn't work. So Amy, just if you want to take a short moment to reply live, and then we go back to the demo with Christian. He's shown you the production part, the production platform with the commentaries, the overlays, everything behind. And then he will show you where the output is going, which is the playout. And Romain will take over and explain the whole detail behind the playout. Okay, we do it like this.
Sounds
Thank
terrific.
you. Thank you, Yoni. Yes, so I was trying to answer the to Andrew. So the problem is the Wi-Fi is not a secured signal, so that's why it was mandatory to have a secured and stable signal. The Wi-Fi is not that secure and stable. And as I explained, also the 5G is a frequency that is only for our use case. So that's why it was more important to have it. Hope I answered your question. So it's
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. Over to you, Christian, for the last
Okay.
bit. In fast forward
Yeah,
mode.
of course. It will be very quick. So basically, producer allow you to add overlay like those two that I already have it here, cut it to PGN, right? Removing overlay cut, removing the clear the overlay. Of course, we can do that and selecting a different one. We click. First, we using that, and then the important part, right? How we go out of producer. So it's gonna be very easy. We have the possibility to add any IP output here. Okay, IS Plus, our protocol, HLS, SRT, whatever you want. It can be here, any IP output. Creating an IS Plus, for example, will be as simple as selecting a name, selecting the bitrate, a port here. The recommendation we have is those one because it's default, but we can be open to anything. And then we can select here different options like the program feed, the clean feed without overlay, mix minus if we want the clean audio, or if we want to clean a slot directly. For example, as Amy was explaining, the one slot one, we can create. And finally, just I'm gonna skip everything, going directly to TVU channel. I already create one IS Plus output. Going to TVU channel is as simple as coming here, adding an external IP source in that case, selecting a name and pasting the IS Plus. Like that one. This is coming from our producer, and you see here the same output. If I do like a switching producer, like that one, for example, it will take a little bit of time because the compression and so on, but here we have the producer output, right? So yeah, this is everything from my side.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Christian. We can see here the schedule, and you'll see on some of the screen grabs that Romain is about to show us. It's a real channel with a real schedule. So probably we'll switch over to you, Romain.
Okay, thank you, Francois. Just if you can go to the slide.
Of course.
Just like...
Of course. Of course. Of course.
So we introduce to what we have done in France Television for the all the scheduling and the distribution of the channel. Sorry, but I still don't see the slide.
No, you don't.
Yeah, Christian, you need to stop sharing your screen.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
And then it's okay.
Yes, thank you. So just to say, the presentation was focused on the torch journey, but we have for the Olympic we have created for 4 months 2 channel. The torch journey was the main part and the current part, but after that, at the end of July, when we will have the Olympic Games, the channel will play some of the sport from the Olympics. We will continue to use TV channel for that. Then we will have the Paralympic Games at the end of August, and during the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games, we will use the channel to have some code files between the two. So we have a true channel for 4 months, and as it's a true channel, we have asked from the French regulation for the TV, the ARCOM, to have an agreement for the channel. So we have also some constraint with the channel. I think we can go to the next slide. Here it's when we are in the current phase. Now it's a typical schedule of the channel during a day. So on the morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. usually we have some replay from the previous day. Then during the day we have a lot of lives. Usually we have 7 to 8 live from the flame, and as it was introduced previously by Zemi and Romuald, we have 2 convoy, and they alternate from one convoy to one convoy, but we have not live all the time for the producer. So between this live, we have some called program. Usually it's finished around 7:30 p.m. Then we have 1 hour of some cold program, and at around 8:30 we have a live program that is that we co-broadcast with one of our national DVB-T channel. It's France 3. And then we have a prime time during the evening. Usually it's some historical from about the Olympic Games. For example, opening or closure ceremony from previous Olympic Game, or some event like cultural event about sport. And then during the night, we are a 24-hour channel, but during the night we have a loop. We can go to the next.
Yeah, so very interesting to say that what you call cold programs, it's pre-recorded programs that are loaded in the cloud on TVU that are played like a standard channel would do.
Maybe yes. So on the channel, so we are in a room. We are in a small room. The people that operate the channel, like the producer or the commentator, basically there is 2 people that are operating the channel, one editorial manager and one streaming coordinator, and the editor in chief is shared with the producer. What we get in input on the channel, we have, of course, most of the live come from the from TVU producer, but we have also some other lives that come from our hub on France TV. They come mainly from our regional or overseas channel, because in the last day, for example, the Flamme was in overseas territory of France, so it was produced from our regional channel in this area. So we get this signal with TV in SDI and our hub, and then a TV receiver, and it's go to TV channel. And for all the files, the pre-recorded file, for example, the opening for the Olympic and so on, it was preloaded on the system. As we in this channel we do mainly live, we have to choose to load them manually. To be honest, we have tested to load it with S3 that was provided by TVU, but as it's a channel with a short time, we have decided to not do that.
So let me jump in, please, Romain, from France Télévisions. Talking about short time, when you see this, what Amy and Romuald presented, what you just presented, what's really incredible is that all of this was just set up in a matter of months, from the project being started to the on-air date, right?
Yes. We are on the on the distribution part, we have started to work on January, and we were live on the 8th of May, and we have no choice to be live another date because it was the arrival of the torch in France from Greece. So we have done the it in 4 months.
Okay, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for this webinar on the Olympic Torch Relay and this great project presented by France Télévisions and powered by TVU Networks. We are now officially running out of time, so I think we need to speed up, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Okay, so go to the next slide. Yes, it's here just some interface from a TVU channel. We just show to quickly that we use them for two things. There's one thing that we schedule the channel in advance, and of course we have as we have a lot of live, we have a lot of things to change on the schedule. So we use them to monitor what is happening and reschedule if needed. We can go to the next slide. So now what we have to provide on the output. So on the channel we have provide as it's a true channel. We have quite a lot of things. One of the important things is advertising. Of course. For during the torch, we don't have advertising except pre-roll, but during the Olympic we will have a lot of audience, so it's very important to have advertising. So we will use SCT from TVU. There's also a lot of content about security about the Olympics, and we have also this channel. We have to export the UPG of the channel, and what we use the scheduler to export the UPG of the channel. There are also something about the audience measurement. In France, we have an official audience measurement for the TV. It's done by biometry, and we have to put watermark in the audio. So it's what TV has developed for us. It's the watermark is done by Kantar. We have also a lot of things with the multi-bit rate and the actually, sorry, I have a message. So basically, the channel we distribute it to 3 targets. One of the target is OTT. So we distribute it in HLS multi-bit rate through our CDN. It's mainly for all our OTT from France TV, so the web app and so on, and also. In France, it's very important. Large part of the TV audience is done on the TV box from internet service provider. So some of them now are Android or accept HLS. So we directly distributed the channel in OTT on them. But from some other provider, they still do not accept that. So we distribute the channel. As we distribute our channel, so we get the channel in SRT from TVU to our digital end, and we distribute it in multicast transport stream at 2 data centers where we have an interconnection with ISP, and just we get the channel to a cloud system that record and it for doing cut for doing some social network extract. And social of course, media. Social media, yes.
So output to 2 environments, as you said, OTT on one side and IPTV on the other. Romain, we are extremely short for time, so please, in quick browsing through this slide, please, because it's very detailed.
Just to say that now the channel is distributed on an environment, but also on 3 of the 4 main ISP in France, and also a lot of most of the connected TV brand, and also on some partner like Canal and Molotov that are mainly OTT. I think we can go and
sorry I just because you were presenting like the distribution, and we had a question which was how can we watch the TV program. Like some people were asking, how can we watch the final TV program? So just there is like a France TV Paris 2024 channel on France TV website. However, since this is an international audience, you cannot watch that channel without a VPN. So you need to use a VPN to be based in France to watch it. And if not, like Roman just explained, I mean, there are a lot of countries and broadcasters that are taking the signal after, mainly for highlights or like redistributing the channel. So you have ways to see some of it. But if you want to see the original one, I've sent the link as an answer, and you need to use a VPN. Sorry, Roma, back to you.
Yes, the channel for right issues, the channel is geo-blocked in France.
Yeah.
Okay. And talking about viewers, the statistics are not bad, right?
Yes, this is a statistic of the first 2 weeks of the channel. It was a huge success. It was a figure even higher that we have accepted at the beginning. So we have 1.2 million unique viewer in the first week of the channel, and quite 80 million of video played. So it's a very, very good.
And just a quick thank you very much, Romain, for this. This is the link, I believe, Yoni, to more info about the TVU networks offering, right?
So this is a link. If any of you want to switch your workflow to the cloud or try to do a cloud production, you can just like scan that QR code, and we will be happy with our solution team to go through your workflow and help you like try out like to move some element to the cloud, the same way we've done with France TV. Some people are still asking for the link to the channel, so I will reply as well. I've replied in private, but we will send, so after the webinar, recording of the webinar, and I will put a link to that France TV Paris 2024 channel that you can only watch with a VPN. So you can all see the final result that France TV has been able to achieve.
Wonderful. Thank you, Yoni, for the precision. So watch out in your email. Keep following the Olympic Flame channel. And thank you very much, all of you who are online. We know that for some of you, it's very late during the day or very early during the day. So it's much appreciated to have you here with us. Thank you to Romain Covin. Thank you to Amy Rajanson. Thank you to Romuald Ra from France Télévisions. Thank you to the TVU Networks team. So Yoni Taillard, Christelle Bosch, Iman Naki, and of course, Christian Prieto for the great demonstration. And well, enjoy the Olympics, and well, see you very soon.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
François.